Yeah, very quickly today, you're welcome. Good to have you on this channel today again. Talking about trend lines, how to spot significant trend lines, what trend lines actually stands for, what it helps us to do in the forex market. As beginners, you must know that this is one of the technical tools that we cannot neglect. So trend lines are straight lines drawn on the chart to connect between two or more price points where prices has actually come to, giving you a swing, a higher high or a higher lows. So trend lines, the significance, what does it help us do in the market? Trend line actually help us to show us the general direction of the forex market. It shows the general direction. Secondly, to spot entering and exit points. So how do we draw our trend line? How do we know the significant trend lines as well? So we have a technical tool that is called Trendline. When you come to the top of this chart here, you will see here we get our trend line immediately after the zone. I would do a short video on how to set your tools on the bar. Okay, so now here is our trend line. We just pick it and quickly look for the tips where price actions has been met before. We drag it and we just bring it down. It must touch on the tips. It must be on the tips. That is what makes it significant. Now when you draw it on the body like this, now you do your trend line to be in this form, it's not actually correct. This is not correct at all. So what makes it correct? You can as well, now even if it is like this, it is not correct. What makes it to be correct? What makes it valid? It must cut the body of the candle, rather it must be at the tip. You must be very careful to draw it at the tips of the candle. This is actually a valid trend line. You see, it has the first touch, here is the second touch, and here is the third touch. This is actually what makes it a valid trend line. And as you can see, this part of the trend line, it's a way that helps the sellers it assists the seller to spot when to open sales position. It assists sellers to spot when to open sell position. Reason being that it is drawn over the lower highs, like your resistance level. It is drawn over the lower high. Okay, this is a lower high here. If you can see, here is lower than here, here is as well lower than here, and here is lower than here. So the trend line is drawn, it's actually drawn over the lower high, showing you a downtrend. So how do we now spot our uptrend lines? We come to this place where we have our trend line on the bar here. So we quickly the bottom tip and we draw our trend line at the tip of the wicks, the tip of the price actions. So if you see here our trend line, why do we say it's an uptrend, or what reason supports the direction of flow on the uptrend, okay, or a bullish movement? You can see that it helps us to it was drawn on the higher lows, where we can easily say, oh, here is our support. There is a support, like I explained in the support and resistance level video clip. Here is a support, okay, because price is failing to break down the below. It fell on this point and could not break below it. Okay, here also is a support So trend line help us to work. It works with support. It is drawn under the higher lows, which is the support, and that is why we say it's an uptrend. It helps us to identify the general direction of the market. And if you come to the downtrend, you want to see how shouldn't be drawn on the body of the candle. Take for instance, you need to draw it this level, okay, and now you're drawing it this way. It is totally wrong. This is not the way to draw a trend line. So as a baby, as a beginner on this market, you learn how to draw your trend line effectively. I hope this video helps you to understand better that trend line is used to determine our entering point, and as well it shows us the general market direction. This was a downtrend. Okay, it helps us. We had our tips here. We came again where it was showing where it was having a lower highs here and again here. So here was a downtrend, and here was also an uptrend. It was because this is a daily time, has reversed and it's now making a higher highs. It's swinging, giving us a cyclical movement of the higher highs, telling us that, oh, this has actually moved. Also take to heart that different traders draw trend line differently, you understand, and for that reason the trend line is subjective. Okay, and you should also know that breakouts can give false signal. Very soon, talking about our strategy, take this to heart that trend line should not only be used to determine your entering. Okay, it should be combined with other. You should have other confirmation. The support and resistance is there. You can as well use the indicator if you're good at using indicator. Okay, you can as well use your Fibonacci, your moving average. These things helps. You shouldn't just use. You should also use pattern to determine your entry. You shouldn't just be only trend line. At least when you have minimum of 3 confirmation, you have your pattern, you have your trend line, and you have your support and resistance. Then you can able to combine this and have good confirmation before you enter your trade. It helps you to stay at the top of the game and make more profit in the market. I hope this video helps. Try to comment on the comment section, tell us what you feel about the video, and tell us, you know, the kind of videos you suggest, the kind of videos you would like us to make. We're here to, you know, help you grow. So this will be the end for trend line. Come to the comment section and pour out your mind.